work with a friend because I worked with my level 1 to become senior silver same time. So it worked well.
I love it. Developing leaders, so good, and it's so fun that way. So fun. Okay, if someone else, let me look at the comments. If you went gold, unmute yourself, Rebecca, or I can't see the other comments. Lydia, unmute yourself and share a top tip with us. How'd you do it?
I don't see them yet.
That's okay. Congrats, you all. Huge deal. Super excited for you. Gold was like a huge, I can still remember where I was when I went gold. I was in a hotel room with my, I don't know, I think he was like 6 weeks. No, like 5 weeks old. And my toddler, she was 3. So a 3-year-old, 5-week-old, we were in a hotel room because we were about to go to the graduation of my husband's academy. It was his second academy, and he had been in the academy for most of my pregnancy, or at least through the last half of it, having the baby. He was in the academy. He was able to come home for the birth, but it was rough. But I remember getting up and getting my kids ready. He had already left. It's a big preparation to graduate, and so he wasn't there, but I was getting my kids ready and we went gold. And I remember crying because it was just such a big deal. It was so hard. It took me forever. I think, trying to think, 18 months or something like that, from the time that I joined to the time that I went gold. And I had always been told that if you can go gold, you can go diamond. And so when I hit gold, I feel like the moment I truly believed that I could go diamond. And I think that's why it was so emotional for me. And it was just a big deal. If I think about it, I still get emotional, and it was I don't even know how many years ago. And so it's such an exciting thing. So I'm just really proud of you all. I just wanted to share a little bit of my timeline from after I went gold to going ruby, because I feel like gold is such a huge deal. All the ranks are a huge deal, but there's something special I feel about gold, and there's something really special about ruby, because when you go ruby, then it's you're a gem. You're getting so close to being a jewel. It just it's so much more real. And so I just wanted to share a little bit from gold to ruby. So like I said, it took me 8 months to go gold. And then once I was gold for 13 months. And I don't say that to discourage you guys who just went gold, because that totally might not be the case with you. I say that to hopefully cast some vision of what's possible when you stay in a everything is figure outable mindset. And you just don't quit, and you stay consistent, and you just do something scary every day, or at least every week. Get outside of your comfort zone. That's what I did. And yes, it took me after going gold, it took me I put it down because 13 months to go senior gold. But I wouldn't be diamond if I'd quit, because it was taking me too long. And I was seeing all these people pass me in ranks. But the really cool thing is that once I went senior gold, that is when things started moving a lot more quickly. I went ruby 5 months later. And so I think I just learned a lot, and I got to a place at senior gold. That's when I found power partners. That's when I was in a really good rhythm with doing my daily work, my IPA, having a system for that. And it just really helped set me up for success. And so I went ruby pretty quickly. I actually didn't even find my first real business builder until I was senior gold. And then after going senior gold, I was actually almost ruby. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was the month before I went ruby is when she became my serious business builder. And then with her, we went senior ruby and rolled. And so don't be discouraged if you don't have your business builder yet, or maybe you do. That's amazing. It's so much fun, and it's worth it to stick it out to find that business builder, I promise. But also something encouraging. I hope it is encouraging, but I there was never a rank that I achieved that I did not go backwards the following month, except for Sapphire. We didn't go backwards, but other than that, every single rank I've hit, I've gone backwards the next month or a few months or whatever, like trying to like, I don't know, get back into it. And so some people, I know there's stories of people who never lose rank. I can't relate with that. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you can't do this and you're not doing the right thing necessarily. You might need to tweak something, but, and then something, I love this quote that says, your body won't go where your mind has never been. And something that really gave me the belief that I could do this, that helped me like my mind go to where like to envision, I guess, was Diamond Docs. Diamond Docs really gave me that vision, because then that helped me like think, okay, like if they could do it, I could do it. And also I had a visual in front of me like every day, from like, so from senior gold to ruby, from ruby to senior ruby, I had like my dream board. I saw it every day, multiple times a day. From ruby to senior ruby, that's when it was convention contest. So my visual was my gala dress, because I really wanted to earn the gala. I had never earned it before. And so that was my visual. And that was just like very motivating. So have some type of visual, something that's fun that has to do with your dreams, because it really, really does. Like, yes, I love all those ideas that Jordan put. Something, it can literally be anything. We are actually, our team is reading Successful Women Think Differently right now. It's probably one of my top favorite books I've ever read, and I've read a lot of good ones. But, and it's Valerie Burton. So she's the one who spoke like at convention at Super Saturday. So you know who she is. But there's a story in there that she shares about this girl and how she became like, she hit her goals or whatever. But one of the things that she did was that she typed up her goals, her goal, like in like 1 line, 2 lines, whatever, just very short, sweet, what her goal was. And she taped it like inside her wallet, like inside of her car, like where only really she could see it, kind of like where you're driving, kind of like to the left of like in the inside of her windshield. Like she put it on her mirror. She put it, inside of her medicine cabinet. I don't know if people have those anymore, but she did. So she put inside that. Anyway, so that visual, it really did make a huge difference. And she said, even if she didn't see it, she said she thinks it was like this subconscious thing that she knew it was there everywhere she was going during the day, whether in her car or in her bathroom, whatever. And so visual is so, so important. So anyway, that's just a little bit of my journey from gold to ruby, and I hope it's encouraging. And one of the main things really that helped me to get like super laser focused on exactly what I needed to do was goal mapping. I don't think it was called that back then, because like now it's like a fancy term, but basically what we did is we had our like one big goal. Like, I think it can be overwhelming to have too many goals. And so if you just have like your one big goal, so from senior gold, from senior gold to ruby, like my one big goal was ruby. And I mapped it out exactly what I needed to do. And then I knew the actions I would need to take. So I'm going to kind of share with you a little bit about that. One sec. I'm going to screen share for you guys. Can. Okay. Goal mapping. I'm sure you all have done this or know what it is. This is honestly nothing earth-shattering. But I was finding that this is something that I wasn't being as consistent with doing, kind of getting out of the habit of doing, and I can see that it's made a huge difference. And so if you're on my team, we talked a lot about this. This was like our team call kind of on, I didn't have these visuals on our team call, but this is our team call on Monday. So it's kind of repeating the same thing. But I am just really excited about just getting back into the habit of doing this, because it really, really does work. Because it just helps you to have that focus on exactly what you need to be doing. I love this kind of like reminder of, yes, it's important to have a stretch goal. You want to be getting outside of your comfort zone. So important. I mean, I still push myself to get outside of my comfort zone. I just got off the phone a little bit ago with a potential business builder. She wants to go on free trips. And so we got on the phone, and that's really scary for me. And it was actually really scary for her because we both found out we're both introverts. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you're on the phone. Like, you already are getting outside your comfort zone. You totally can do this. But you want to get outside of your comfort zone, but you also want to be realistic based on what you know you're capable of, based on like last month, the last 3 months, the last 6 months, and what your team is. If you have a team yet, if you don't, that's okay. They're going to come. Well, you do have a team, obviously, if you're on this call, you're gold. I meant, I guess, like business builders, and you're not doing all the work yourself. Because I know sometimes I pretty much not got myself to gold completely. I think I had a couple silvers maybe. But also something I forgot I wanted to share really quick, because I was looking back at my stats, because I had like a broken virtual office for like years. Like, I could not look at my stats, and like other people could, and I was like, why can't I? And it was just fixed. And so I'm like so excited about it, because I can see all the way back to when I started, and it's really cool to like see the progression of numbers. But I thought it was really cool. So the month before, I wanted to let you know. So yes, it took me 13 months to go from like gold to senior gold, but I was like at like 100 points that whole time, basically. And it was really from like July, August, and September that we added so many points and basically doubled our team and went senior gold. And so like the big growth and the fun, exciting thing, it comes and it happens when you just like stay the course. It happens. It's so fun when it does. But we ended in August, at 168 points. And then the next month we went senior gold at 251. So we grew by like almost 100 points in 1 month. So I guess I want to share that because yes, you want to have a stretch goal, you want to be realistic, but you also want to be open to the possibilities that like crazy things can happen that you never dreamed of, and have this like huge growth. Like, it's possible. And when you are like showing up and you're laser focused and you have your goal map and you're in action doing the most important things, which we're going to get more into in a sec. So, you know, like those most important things. But when you're doing that, that really sets you up to see that huge growth that you know is possible, that is not necessarily on your goal map, but like you sign someone up tomorrow and they go fast start gold, like things like that happen. And so I guess just be kind of expectant of like the fun things that will happen here and there as a result of your faithfulness. But what I did, so this month I'm goal mapping. I went back to the last 6 months and I figured out how many people I signed in the last 6 months. I divided that by 6. So I had like an average, get an average number. So you kind of know, like, obviously, yes, at least 3 a month. That's what leaders do. Our goal is at least 3, but kind of know like what maybe you're a heavy recruiter, maybe you're not. It's good to know, because you don't want to, if you usually sign like 3 a month, you don't want to have a goal to sign 15 this month, because that's not realistic. Yes, it can happen, but it's just not very probable. And so it's good to not set yourself up for like shame and heartbreak because you had this impossible goal. And so if you know that like 3 is your like normal number, then a stretch goal would be like 5. You could totally add 5 people. And then I did the same thing with my team's numbers. I kind of added up like how many we've added in the last 6 months total, divided it. And then I knew like our average goal, our average ad month, or our average ads for each month. So it kind of helped me like know, okay, this is what my team's capable of, and helped me with goal mapping out with everything. Okay, so this is where it gets super fun. And I have, here is an example of a goal map. It doesn't have to be for a rank up. It can just be a point growth. It could be for earning Putukana. It could be whatever your goal is, but I would choose like one main goal that you have either for this month, for this month, or for like to end in December. So some people like to have it 3 months out. It's totally fine. So whatever that is. So I have a girl, she's on here, she's going for senior gold this month. So she said I could use her as an example. And she's going to do it. She's so close. I'm so excited for her. But so what we did, you want to figure out, I just love like Jana senior goal, like affirmation, like put it out there right at the top. The first thing you want to do is create thoughts to practice. Just one, you don't even have to do 2, just do one thought that's going to help you stay in the right mindset Because that is really, really key, because like also expect resistance. It's going to happen. Things are going to happen that you weren't counting on, that aren't so fun, and it's going to be discouraging here and there. But when you have a thought to go back to, like, okay, what is my next action to take? That is like being in like a problem solving mindset. And that's going to help move you closer to your goal, rather than sitting in the place of like, I mean, nothing's working out, so why do I even try? So don't do that. Create a thought. It can be whatever helps you, but you want it to be something that is like empowering, encouraging, motivating for you, rather than a thought that's going to not move you closer to your goals. So create your thought. And then what we did is we figured out how many orders she needed to hit her goal, and then broke it down. And so how we figured out how many orders she needed, if you log into your virtual office, go to Points and Rank Up, where you see like your whole team, there's like a little month thing. You can go back to September. So you can go back to September. If you don't have like level, like you don't necessarily have to do the average pay point if you don't have level 4s and 5s and 6, because it's pretty like straightforward if you have just like level 1s, 2s, and 3s, since it's 6 points and 5 points. But if you do have a bigger team, it is kind of fun to like, well, it is good to know your average pay point, so that way it is more accurate when you're mapping out. And so what we did is we went back to September, and all the clickable tabs at, like, you see your whole team. You're in that Points and Rank Up section. You can see your whole team. There's like PV, join date, all that. You click on points twice, and it brings everyone up who had points. And so you just count everyone who had points. It doesn't matter how many points they had. You just count everyone who had points. And then you take that total number of people who ordered. So she had 34 people who ordered. They had points in September, and she ended with 183 points. And so we took that 183, divided it by the 34 orders, and got her average pay point, which was 5.3. And then so that helped us know kind of like as we're adding up the numbers. And then we went back to October, current month, same place, Points and Rank Up. You see your whole team, the clickable things. You're going to click on subscriptions twice. It's going to bring everyone to the top who has a subscription on, and then you're going to count those all up. And then you're going to figure out, and it does vary a little. I like to just count 100 PV subscriptions and more, but you totally do get points if they're in like the right levels. You get points if it's partial PV. So you can totally just count those if you want for easy, and just to kind of give us some wiggle room. I don't. But then I count up everyone with 100 PV subscriptions set to go out, and multiplied it by the 5.3 average pay point. And then she already had some points because we did this in like October 3rd. And so then we knew, okay, based on the subscriptions you have set to go out and the current points you have, this is where you would end. We took away 10% of that. It's always a good idea for attrition, because we know that even if we see subscriptions on the 4th, it might get turned off on the 15th. Even though we're checking in and helping them, they still might not want to. Their car broke down and they need to push it out, whatever. That happens. It's life. And so I like to take away 10%, just, again, like some wiggle room, so it's not like we don't set ourselves up for like failure with the point projection. And so we took away 10% of that, and then we got to where we knew she needed, based on that average pay point of 5.3, 18 orders. And now we can break that down into exactly how she's going to get those orders. So she, and this is not necessarily, these are all kind of ones I made up based off of just like trying to get those 18 orders. So she could add more level 1s or not, whatever. This is just to show you a visual. But she's going to add 4 level 1s. And then based on like, I think the most that she's added in a month has been like, I don't know, Jan, it's been a lot. So she for sure can add 4. We know that's possible. She's done way more than that. And then she wants to help one person go silver. And so it might be Jill, it might not be Jill, whatever, but she's going to focus on one person going silver and write their name, and then 3 little lines as she's going to fill in, either maybe with someone that they like told her, hey, I'm like, my mom's thinking about it. So she could put her mom's name there under helping Jill go silver. If her mom decides not to order, she can cross it out and then we'll fill it with someone else. But she's going to help Jill go silver, add 4 level 1s at 7. She has a girl she got with her team and she figured out their goals. So now that helped her to more accurately goal map for her goals. And so that is a thing I forgot to mention, but definitely get with your team if you have business builders, because you want helping them succeed is going to help you succeed. And so she's going to help Kelly add a certain amount. And we just put 8 on here just for a visual. So 8, and then help 3 level 1 inactives reorder. That's a total of 18 orders. And now that we know, like, okay, these are like the 4 pillars of or where we're going to focus to get those orders. Then on the right side, you can see the actions that you're going to take based on what you put on the left side. So these actions might not be what you are going to put in your actions. It totally can vary per person, per your goals, whatever. But now that she knows she needs to add 4 level 1s, okay, so for sure, social media, posting, growing network, engaging for 10 minutes at least, building relationships. For level 1s, I like to do a 10% of people you reach out to are going to respond rule. And so I think it's always a good idea to send like 40 new messages, 40 follow-ups. Also think it's a good idea to do it in your first 2 weeks, because that gives you the last 2 weeks of the month to like follow up more. And then that is like her add level 1 actions that she's going to do. And then for helping Jill go silver, she might post a Zip and See, she might help her message friends and family, whatever she's going to do to help Jill go silver, put those actions on the right. And then with Kelly, she's going to help Kelly goal map. She's going to do 3-way welcome calls with her. They're going to work together, check in often with her, cheer her on, encourage her. And then with the level 1 inactives, then she is going to utilize like the team challenge we're doing with the Fit for Fall, seeing if they want to do that. Or maybe she's going to ask every level 1 who ordered last month to do a shout out post, because maybe Jill decides she doesn't want to go silver, so now she's got to put someone else's name, because that totally happens. So just another thing, you need to update your goal map every day, or at least often, because it changes. And like I said, like you could sign, I signed. So the month I was going for diamond, I had signed someone that decided they wanted to go fast start gold. And they did the month I went diamond, but I didn't plan for that. Like I didn't know that was going to happen until like halfway through the month. And so that was fun. But like, that's why you're going to update your goal map. And then you have those people who said, yeah, I'm going to do my business and work. And then they don't. And so expect resistance again, and also just update your goal map, help your team goal map, and then help them update their goal map. Like refer back to your goal map every day that you're working. It just really helps you to stay focused. And just remember, results happen over time, not overnight. Just work hard, stay consistent, be patient, update goal map as needed. And then I just wanted to end with this, and we have a few minutes for questions if you have any, but I'm back in this book because you guys, it really is so good. But I wanted to leave you with this. Stop obsessing about what's wrong with you and start building on what's right. Bible says in 2 Corinthians 12, like this is in her book, says in 2 Corinthians 12:9, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Like we're all going to have our problems and our weaknesses, but like God knew that already before we were born. And that is why he gave us this verse. Like he can make amazing things happen from our weaknesses. We're going to focus on our strengths. It's way more fun that way. Right now, you have the strength within you to grow into the kind of woman who can accomplish all that is in your heart. Let your past successes, no matter how small, ignite the confidence, hope, and creativity that will also ignite future successes. So super excited for you all. Does anyone have any questions before we end? We have about 5 minutes. Let me check the comments. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, you guys, you've got this. Like, it was hard. Like that gold to senior gold leap is not for the weak. But the fact that you're still here, like, all of you who are commenting that in the comments, like, you have grit. You are going to do it. You're going to figure out whatever that next thing. For me, my shifts that I made from that gold to senior gold, like I said, was like a power partner. There's something really cool about having someone who is exactly where you are in your business, because we were all the same rank. When you, if there's someone who's like way above you, it can be easy to compare. It's like discouraging. Yes, but how many silvers did I create? That's a good question. Honestly, don't know. I do know I created a gold from gold to senior gold. Hang on. Let me go back up because these keep moving, so I don't miss any of these questions. Okay. Can you do not? Oh yeah. Okay. So the quote again was, stop obsessing about what's wrong with you and start building on what's right. Marissa, I will go look and see, because that would be fun to see. I'm not sure. And yep, I do. I will send over the edible doc for this. But what also, you can do it on a piece of paper or like a wrong side, but a whiteboard as well. How I got an accountability partner was really like, hang on, let me move that. It was trial and error. Like, I looked for a power partner for like a year, and then I also was power partners with a few people. It just didn't work out, because you kind of know after a while, it's like, it's not going to work out. And honestly, I did not want a power partner, but I also, because it's just so much energy to like get to know someone. And then if it doesn't work out, like, you just, wasted, not really, but all that mental and energy. Anyway, but I had been told, like, if you want to be successful, you need to find a power partner. So I was still looking for one. I mostly prayed for the Lord to send me someone, because at that point I had looked for like a year and it wasn't looking promising. And then somehow, Emily had messaged me because she saw a post that I made and was like, how Emily is. She's just so good at like cheering you on. And she was like, yo, it's amazing. I'm so excited to follow you and learn from you, because we were both senior gold. And then I was like, oh, I really like her. I mean, if you compliment me, I will really like you. It's just how it is. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe we could be power partners. We're both moms. And like, I knew she would love the Lord. We both were senior gold. We had just gone senior gold. And so I asked her to be my power partner. And then she said yes. And then Jordan came along a few months later, and because Emily knew her and connected us all. And it just takes like, I think, just a willingness to like invest into it and figure it out, because it takes time and you have to get to know each other. It's like all virtual. And so it's like hard because not in person. So just be willing to invest into that and like figure it out, and know that if it doesn't work out with one person, like there is someone that you're going to be able to connect with. But it is really helpful to have someone who's like very similar in like points and where you are, so that it's so much easier to compare if they're like far ahead. And so we were all the same rank. And so it was just really encouraging to share what we were good at, what our strengths, our weaknesses, like what we're not good at. And then just kind of like get ideas from each other. And then so that was the thing the shift that I made, was the power partner, and just really honing in on my IPA, actually doing like having a notebook, writing it out every day, doing it consistently. That was when I saw that jump from like barely gold to senior gold in like a 3-month time span. And yeah, so anyway, any other questions, you all? So appreciate you hopping.
Hey, really fast. I don't have a question, but I
Yeah.
did want to shout out my girl, Natalie Tweed. I may have missed like new rank up announcements, but she went gold last month.
Yay, yes.
This is her first gold and above call, and I just wanted to like welcome her. And if y'all want to celebrate her for a second, or Natalie, if you can turn your camera on and say hi, I would love for you to introduce
Hi.
yourself. Not to put you on the spot.
We did this in the beginning. I think you hopped on after I did it, but yes,
Okay, yeah, I
thank
was
you.
2
I
minutes late.
appreciate
Sorry.
it.
No, I love
Well,
that
I'm proud
so
of
much.
you.
And she shared her
Thank
top
you.
with us. She's developing another leader under her, which is so cool. I'm so excited for you, Natalie. Yay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. I'll see you all in Punta Cana, right? Thanks for hopping on, you guys. Have a great night.